Luxury SUVs have become very popular on a global basis. Believe it or not, this Range Rover SV has people waiting for it. They're sold out of Bentleys, they're sold out of Rolls Royces, and you're thinking, really? Why is that? Because these vehicles offer so much more than just off-road capability. They're all about luxury, and this is what people want to show up with when they're going to the country club or just to prove that they've earned these vehicles. So I want to show you the 2022 Range Rover SV. Now, we have driven the regular Range Rover. You can check that out on our website. It comes short wheelbase and long wheelbase, as does the SV. But we like to go through these vehicles so that you have an idea what you're thinking about before you make a purchase. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix. This 2022 Range Rover SV really is the ultimate of everything. Now, I want to show you some differences in the SV versus the regular Range Rover. Starting off with this 5-bar grille. It can come in anthracite or silver. That's really nice. You can see how clean lines everything is. And this particular white vehicle definitely emphasizes some of the details on the inside, which have to do with ceramic. So instead of seeing the aluminum polished and the leather covered wrapping shifter and the drive modes, you would see that in ceramic. And we'll show that to you in just a second. Don't forget to subscribe and click that little bell because we're going to be covering very cool cars like this Range Rover as well as many others. Let's start off with under the hood. We have that 4.4 liter V8 engine. It is twin turbocharged, huge power, top speed of 162 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. That's pretty darn fast compared to some of the competition. I want to start off by showing you this wheel. You can get very special wheels. They're very different. This wheel has an anthracite as well as silver. They're 23-inch wheels. They're Pirelli's 285/40 R23s. This is an awesome all-season tire. This can also be capable of off-road. So they've really thought about that. You can also get the special brakes. This one is in black. Of course, you can order it any way you want. Paint to sample as well. And this is a special order color. But when you start getting that, it starts building up that price. We'll talk about price in the end. Now, this vehicle is available in short wheelbase as well as long wheelbase. But you can also get the executive seating package. Now, when you do that, you get some pretty cool stuff, and we'll show you that second row in just a bit. I want to show you some of the interior and also the back of the car. Let me just start off by bringing you around to the back. Coming around to the back, you can really see the design cues of the 2022 Range Rover that I really love. Starting off with these black taillights. They look like they're a part of the design detail, but when you step on the brakes, just the taillight becomes illuminated, which really makes it classy, modern, and very muscular. Other little details that you may not actually think about, but you will over time, is that rear wiper blade is tucked up underneath this wing. And the reason they do that is it keeps it cleaner, better aerodynamics. It also looks more modern, but it also protects that rubber that's on that wiper blade that's tucked up underneath there so it doesn't have issues with the weather. That may not seem like much, but it's just nice little details and touches they thought about who's owning it and making life more comfortable for them. Upper wing is beautiful. You'll note that there are two antennas on top. One is a camera, the other one is for the satellite. Remember, there's also Alexa that's standard on this, so you get Spotify, AM, FM, satellite radio, and these vehicles do come completely loaded. I like how clean everything is. You're not seeing exhaust pipes hanging out, but when you step on the gas in this vehicle, that's when you see the difference. Let's take a look at the inside of this vehicle. This is beautiful. Now, there are different interior colors. This is more of a chestnut color. There's a lot of other really beautiful colors. Stepping into this vehicle, you close the door, you don't slam the door. It's soft close, and that's standard. And they've really thought about a lot of features on this car, including the 13.1-inch screen. Again, we covered all the in-depth screen information on the regular Range Rover video, so you'll want to check that out up here. So I want to show you some of the details that really make the SV stand out. Starting with the shifter, it's ceramic. You press this button and your drive modes come up, and your different drive modes are below, but in addition, it's also ceramic. So you'll note all these white dials are ceramic, and they're absolutely really pristine. This is so much detail when they thought about this vehicle and how different it is in some ways from the Range Rover as it is from the SV. Now, the performance is the same. You do lose a little bit on the long wheelbase, especially with the executive seating. So I want to show you the second row, and then we'll take it for a drive. Here in this second row, this is the ultimate luxury. I have to show you some of the features that are available on the new SV. It was quite impressive. Let's start off with, you get into a vehicle, maybe you've got a cup of coffee with you. So you go over here, this is where your cup holder would be, you press this button, the door opens, and your cup holder rises. Very nice, but maybe you've got some work to do. Well, in that case, you press the table rises, and it comes to the top, and those veneers come in different colors. Then you can drag the table toward you, and it opens up. This is the wood veneer. You can turn it to this person, or to this person if you wish to work. This is the executive edition. I know everyone who has children, they would love this. But from a practicality standpoint, I don't think I'd want to clean up after my kids in the back seat, when they were little at least. So you have these options here. If you don't want the table any longer, just push it forward, press the button, and it goes away. Now what you get with the SV is only 4 seats. And because this is an executive edition, on the short wheelbase, you'll lose a little bit of storage in the back. On the long wheelbase, you will gain it back. So if you're thinking about making this your one vehicle, that's one thing you would consider. Now the passenger seat in the rear is the best seat in the house. And I'll show you a couple reasons why. You can go to the seats, you press the button, and you tell them that you want to fully recline. And what it'll do is move the seat in front of me forward. I can move the footrest up. See, it goes all the way forward. The footrest comes down, and I can put my feet up. Now, if I wish to recline fully, I can just press that button, and the vehicle will allow me to recline, get a little rest after I've had my coffee. I've done a little bit of work. But what if you want to celebrate something? What would you do? Well, you go back to your home screen, and there is a refrigerator here, and it says fridge. You press that button, and then open, and the refrigerator opens. There are 2 crystal glasses and room for a bottle of champagne or juice or whatever you would like to drink. Very nice, kind of a cool fridge. Close that button, just press that button, and that takes care of that. Going back to your home screen, you also have your own private climate controls, lighting. You can put the screens up and down, including the sunshade. This is the ultimate luxury. And by the way, it comes with your own SV pillow so that you have your own extra lumbar support beyond the 5 massage seat settings, 5 different types of massage, including a hot stone massage. This is the ultimate in luxury. Here in the hills of Sonoma, California, in beautiful wine country, this is the ultimate spot to own a Range Rover, and they're like Fords around here. Everybody seems to have a Range Rover, a Range Rover Sport, a Range Rover SV, but we are lucky enough to have the SV, and we're going to do a 0 to 60 launch here. This thing is a rocket ship, twin turbos. You're at 60 in no time. And there's nothing like driving this vehicle as a performance car, because the fact is it rides like a luxury car. So you're getting the best of both worlds. That beautiful luxury, that amazing performance of a V8, but they've muted the sound a little bit. And the reason they've done that is this is about luxury. Luxury means you want a little bit of silence, but you still want to hear that V8. So there's active noise canceling, just like there is in the Range Rover. And this vehicle is just a little bit more special. You can get long wheelbase or short wheelbase, like I've said, but the fact is that this just has a little bit more. Both vehicles have a lot of the same features as far as handling and off-road prowess, which again, these are mountain goats. I constantly say that, which means there's not much terrain this vehicle will not handle. And it just handles so flat because it's got that active suspension where it just keeps everything about comfort, about enjoyment of the vehicle, but performance when you want it. Now you can hit that off-road terrain by going through this drive mode button, and you can change it to different drive modes. And in this case, we're in the comfort mode. You can go to the eco mode, mud and ruts, sand, rock crawl, wading, and you can configure it. So, and that's all part of the fun. And we're going to go back to this other mode, this comfort, go to eco, and then my favorite, the dynamic mode. Now, dynamic means you're going to get the most performance. So as we round this corner, I'm making this vehicle super flat. We're going to do another 0 to 60 launch, and I'm going to show you the difference. Here we go. 0 to 60 in the dynamic mode, in sport. And you can hear that engine just a little bit louder than you would in the comfort mode. But the fact is this vehicle really does perform, and it's not disappointing. And that's one of the things I love about this car is it's the best of everything. And they've done a lot to make improvements of this vehicle, reliability, quality, nothing but the best on components, and that is blatantly obvious. And if you haven't driven a Range Rover in a long time, you definitely want to do that. Turning radius super tight, 37 feet, really nice. Also, there is a round view camera, which is quite spectacular. You can do that at any time. You can change the ride height on the vehicle to off-road and on-road. Tons of different features. You can use those cameras and you can see the vehicle. Cameras all the way around, including on the top, on the back, and everything that you might need. Again, do you need it? Well, when you're on road, you do. If you're towing, you do. And those are the kind of things, there's not much this vehicle can't do. Now, there's going to be an EV available. That won't be until 2024, but in the meantime, you're getting the massive performance of this V8 engine. And I'm really, really impressed with this vehicle. Just everything about the braking, the handling, and its overall capabilities have been nothing but impressive. And it's hard to find a vehicle like this and you start nitpicking, looking for what can I call as a flaw? It's really difficult when you get to any of these premium luxury SUVs, and we've driven all of them. If you're thinking about the Alpina XB7, we've reviewed that as well. You've got Lincoln products. Again, they're not about performance, they're about utility. They do have off-road prowess. Cadillac, same thing. And then you start looking at some of the other German products, and they're in performance, but they're not there in off-road capability. And that's why this vehicle has the best of all worlds. We're back at the Robert Young Winery here in Sonoma. Let's talk about pricing. This vehicle impresses in every way, and there is a lot of competition in this area, not just from the BMW and their Alpina SUV line, but you also have got Bentley and the Bentayga. You've got other vehicles coming on board, as well as the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. But this vehicle does a lot more. It has the ultimate off-road capability, if that's something that you're interested in. And on a global basis, you'll see that people are using this vehicle off-road. Maybe not so much in the US, I guess it depends on where you live. I do want to point out this great little SV badge that's right here, matching along with that ceramic look. It also is the same logo that you're going to see on the key fob. Now, this vehicle starts at about $193,000 for the short wheelbase, $214,000 for the long wheelbase, which will give you back that trunk space you would lose with that executive seating. Now, we loaded one up just to get an idea with every option, just like you're seeing in our test car. It's about $262,000. Of course, you can do custom interior, custom exterior colors that would obviously change the total cost. Now, there are a lot more details of the Range Rover SV, and I just touched on some of the surfaces that add on to what makes this vehicle special compared to its competitors. But you should check out our Range Rover review where we do an on-road drive and an off-road drive and show its capabilities. That's where there's a lot of similarities. What you're getting with this vehicle is not just the ceramic details. You're getting the executive seating, short wheelbase, long wheelbase. And if you're really looking for the ultimate in luxury as well as off-road capability, I think this is the bar that everybody's going to have to meet, or they're going to be in trouble. Now, if you have additional questions, you can put them in the comments down below. You can also reach me on social media. All the links for that and our podcast are down in the description. Put your comments down there, and if you have value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. We appreciate your time, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.